The world doesn't care about your almost, bonds to one thing: results. And when I understood that, not just heard it, but truly understood it, everything changed. How tired you are. No one sees the scars you carry. The world doesn't pause for your pain. It steps on you, crushes you, walks past your broken body, because that's what happens to the weak. They are forgotten, replaced, buried, and I was one of them. I stopped waiting for sympathy. I stopped wishing someone would pull me out of the darkness. The truth is cruel, but it's honest. The only way out is to climb, bleeding, crying, alone if you have to. And when you make peace with that, when you stop resisting, something inside you wakes up. That's when you start to feel it. The shift, see, and start demanding power. When you train, not because anyone's watching, but because you refuse to stay weak. When fear doesn't vanish. When you wake up one more time after thinking you couldn't. You change. You become something else. They say get stronger. They toss those words like they're simple. And what it means by getting stronger, is it a moment? It happens overnight. It's a war. A war every part of you that's comfortable with being average. A war against the part of you that seeks comfort, approval, and safety. Getting stronger is killing the version of you that flinched, that waited for permission. It's about breaking yourself again and again until what's left is visible. Not because you became someone new, but because you finally became who you were always meant to be. Becoming fire. Not someone who's warmed by it, but someone who survives inside it. You learn to bleed and keep moving, to break and keep building, to fall and stand back up so many times you forget what the ground felt like. So when people say you've changed, you just smile, because they don't know what it cost to become this version of you. They don't know the nights spent in silence. They don't know the moments you could have given up and no one would have blamed you, but you didn't. You think I'm strong now? Nights I was on the floor, coughing blood, watching teammates die. It's that whispered, you'll never be enough. You weren't there when I had nothing but... I didn't just wake up strong. I bled for it, broke for it. I suffered, and I chose to keep going anyway. You think I'm strong now? No. What you see now is the surface, the result, the shadow of the man I had to become, the shadow of the man I had to become. But if you saw the path I walked to get here, you'd understand why I don't explain myself, why I don't explain myself, why I carry silence like armor, strength. Before the fear in their eyes, I lived with fear in mind. Every step into a dungeon, I wondered if I'd return. I checked my gear twice, not because I was careful. And every time I looked into the eyes of monsters, I didn't see an enemy reflection of what I was becoming, of what I needed to become just to survive. Pain didn't break me. It introduced me to myself. And somewhere in the middle of all the dying, all the running, all the blaming myself for not being fast enough, strong enough, something shifted. I stopped apologizing. I stopped asking the world to understand. I stopped seeking anyone's hand to pull me up, because every time I reached out, there was no one there. So I started reaching inward. In the dark, beneath all the doubt and weakness, I found something no one could take from me. Resolve. Not motivation. Motivation fades. It disappears when you're hungry and hurt and alone. But resolve remains when everything else is gone. Resolve is what makes you crawl when you... It's what makes you clench your teeth and move even as blood runs from your body. And even the voices scream, stay down. And once you taste that, once you know what it's like to fight raw willpower, you stop fearing death. Because you've already met it. And you didn't. That's when I knew I couldn't lose anymore. because I'd already lost everything that made me soft. Not for attention, not for validation, but for mastery, for transformation. I wasn't born strong, I was forged. Failure in the kind of suffering no one claps for. So understand the process, because if you want to walk this path, you will bleed, you will break, you will stand alone more times than you can count. But if you can survive the fire without begging to be saved, you won't just become strong, inevitable. And that's the part people never understand. They want the glory but not the grind. They want the respect but not the pain. But me ain't my mentor. I didn't wait for strength. I earned it with every ounce of suffering, with every scream I swallowed, with every moment I stood back up when my body screamed to stay down. Let them call it obsession. Let them call it madness. Let them call it darkness. They'll never understand, because it's about revenge. Proving something to the world. It's about proving something to myself. That the weak, forgotten man I used to be. That he was just the beginning. A spark. The first breath before the roar. I needed to meet that version of myself. Because without him, I've come. That weak hunter, he died in that dungeon, and from his ashes, something else was born. Something